You didn't come here to entertain anyone but you. I really love this topic because it's such a big topic and it has so many layers. So these are all the layers of I think I have to, I think I need to, I must react, I must say something, I must give back, I must clear my debts, I must give in return. Every reactiveness. But the truth is, we didn't come here to entertain anyone. We didn't come here to constantly give. We came here to be. And your presence has so much power, and I'm sure you're not using enough of it. Because I know I still am not. And we can always push for using more of our presence or fortifying our presence, which means being aligned with our energy, which means valuing our presence so much that then you become at peace. You become at peace with yourself. You won't have a constant need of giving, showing up, being there for others, being excessively in the way from others to learn. Actually, you are disabling them from learning by constantly being in the way. And we show up in the form of entertainment, actually, which is a word that seems a bit silly to describe this by, but it is actually this, because we have learned so much the need to always find the right things to say, always be supportive, always be nice, always be kind, always be this, always be that, always, and this is all giving out. This is where we spread our energy, but it's not necessarily an effective way, because we drain ourselves of energy. We become overwhelmed if we maintain this, the constant giving of advice, the constant educating yourself, all of this doing, reacting is what drains our energy, gets us overwhelmed, gets us into pain, gets us into burnout, and it doesn't allow us to learn about ourselves, to reconnect. It basically is another way of suppressing all the gifts that you have been given, all the possibilities, all of your energy. And this is when then we feel drained, and then we feel tired, and then we feel like we don't have any more to give. So we are resentful to giving, and we feel like we're giving too much and we should receive, but we're not receiving. We're just feeling like we're giving too much and we're becoming angry about it. But we're not learning how to receive. We're not learning how to be. We're not actually doing the being. We must learn how to do the being, how to fortify your presence and allow yourself, as scary as it is, allow yourself just to be, not to always say the right thing, to accept, receive a compliment without anything in return. That's one example. To receive without nothing in return. And these little shifts in your daily life of the I don't have to do what I don't want to do right now. Whether it comes to doing, the physical doing, whether it comes to saying something, whether it comes to paying attention, acknowledging, etc., but consciously, not in the zone of a zombie by I'm drained and I can't anymore, I have no more energy to give, but in the state of presence, of power, of energy, of I'm aware of my power, I receive, thank you very much, I feel grateful, I can send a gratitude energy, but I don't have to be doing. I can acknowledge and I can allow the others to learn from me that it's not necessary to always say the right thing, to always do the right thing, to always be there for someone else, to always show up. Okay, so this is such a big layer, and we need to understand we didn't come here for others. It's not our primary purpose. Others are never our primary purpose. Our primary purpose is experiencing for ourselves. And it's not selfish, it's neutral. It doesn't mean we're not giving, we're not receiving. We have to learn how to give and receive. It's a part of life, but the perfect flow is that you're given the opportunity to give and receive in the perfect balance. Life is perfect at balancing itself. This is why when we don't follow the perfect flow, when we want to control, when we want to always give something in return, that's why we create tension, or that results in tension in our bodies and pain. That is the control. The pain is resistance. The pain is the control. I want to control, that I'm always being kind, I'm always being polite, I'm always saying the right thing, I'm always giving advice. Okay? But that's not the perfect flow. The perfect flow is that life gives you opportunity. Now you can give. Now you can receive. And it's not up to you. It's not up to you to deform this perfect flow, to control this perfect flow and to decide, but I want to be giving every time, because then I would appear selfish, then I would appear inappropriate, right? That I wouldn't be the good girl, the good boy. But it's not the natural state. It's not the aligned state. The aligned state is to sometimes receive without giving, and to sometimes give without receiving. To give freely and with not expecting something in return, and to receive freely without thinking that it's expected of me to return. This is the trust. This is the building the trust in the life, the flow of life. This is the flow of life, is that it's all perfect. It's all perfectly planned out. And you're just a part of it. And you have the honor to experience it. You have the honor to be here with your presence, with your energy. You have, or we have the honor to have you. You need to understand that we all have the honor to have you, and we are one. We are one energy. We're from one energy. And we have the honor to receive your presence, your being. And we receive so much from the present. So imagine a situation, someone walks into the room, whoever it is, and by observing them, how much information can you read from that person without them doing something, without them speaking? This is where your real power is. This is the point of power that you want to manifest from. This is what you want to value and fortify. Your presence, not necessarily your appearance, but your energy. Your appearance is a part of it, can help you complement it, but your energy is your presence, your biggest essence, your biggest power. And you already came here with it. You don't have to learn it. You don't have to look for it. You don't have to buy it. You don't have to get it from somewhere else. You don't. You can't even. You can't get it from someone else. You already came here with your presence. You didn't come here to entertain, to go over yourself in order to make someone happy, someone satisfied. As so you have thought, probably. because the guilt is everywhere. We can always do more, we can always show up more for others, but we often forget how important is our presence, our just being, how we can shift others' perspectives, we can shift others' thinking, we can shift others' energies just by being there, just by stepping into the room, just by stepping into the life of someone, just by being, not by explaining yourself, not by spending immense amounts of energy of trying to change that person, educate that person, teach them something, give them. You're already giving and receiving by being you, by your presence. And this is a way of fortifying the alignment, of understanding that your power is your biggest energy. You radiate. And the power you have is infinite. It's infinite power. You are your infinite wealth. You're your infinite health. You're your eternal life. And you are the impact in this world. You're the success. You're the achievement. Just by growing up, just by experiencing things, just by being, just by experiencing joy and pain and freedom and whatever. So this is so important to remember. As much as we often think, and entertainment is such a big thing, right? Even YouTube videos, I recently thought about this, how I found myself seeking for the next video from someone I follow and seeking that entertainment, like, you're here to entertain me. No, we're all of us were here for ourselves. We came here to give this presence, to just be, to just see what we can do, what we can't do, experiment, reach for the stars, reach anywhere. But the primary purpose isn't entertainment and receiving something in return. Okay, because so often we give, but the behind layer of giving is often selfishness, is often expectance of receiving, and we need to clear the giving of the expectation, and we have to clear the receiving of the giving, of the needing to give something in return immediately, of the immediateness, because otherwise it drains us so much. It's gonna drain you so much. You're not gonna be finding the answers, you're not gonna be finding the alignment, you're not gonna be understanding your pain if you don't give yourself the opportunity not to react sometimes, not to react in the way you always do, to change some little thing. And it can sometimes be just by observing, just by having nothing to say, just by having, I don't know, I don't have an opinion right now, just by, I have nothing to give in this instant, and I'm just here receiving, I'm just here being. And especially if you feel like you're not receiving the adequate amount towards what you're giving, it's because you're not receiving. You're giving with expectation of receiving, but you're not receiving. You need to stop giving and learn receiving, and the vice versa. It can be the other way, right? So yeah, you're not here to entertain anyone, and I hope this resonates. And if you have some ideas for other videos, I'm overflowing with ideas at the moment, but if there's something that is you're questioning in terms of your chronic physical pain, I'd love to know. I'd love to know maybe whatever you want to share, because chronic pain in the body is very taboo, and I understand it fully more than anyone, I think. And yeah, so recently it called me to invite you to share with me. You can share with me personally on my email that's down below, or in the comments below. I would love to know if there's something you're questioning about pain, if there's some pain in your body that you know you're connected to, you can kind of understand it, but maybe there's some questions about it, some perspective that maybe would give you some more light. I would love to give you feedback on that. And anyway, I'd love the support of your subscribing, which I see you are subscribing more and more, and liking my videos. I really appreciate it. I can see you're following all the videos, a lot of you that are here, so I really appreciate that. And yeah, I'd love to connect with you a bit more and maybe give you some just a perspective on how I see things, because I've been doing this for a while now and I love it, and I love seeing what else is possible in terms of the holistic approach to chronic physical pain. So yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much. Bye.